Hi, welcome. Today we are going to look at how to create a flyer using Canva. Now let's jump into Canva. Simply go to www.canva.com and create your free account. So, welcome to Canva. As you can see, there are a lot of predefined templates for you. You can click them and play around with them. Feel free to look around, and when you are sure that you want to create your own design, go ahead and click Create a Design. For this exercise, we are going to be using the Instagram post, which is 1080 by 1080 pixels. This is your Canva workspace. Let's take a second to look around. To your left, you have the section where you're going to keep all your assets that you want to bring in to do your design. This white square in the middle is your artboard. It is where all your designs are gonna live. If you want, you can easily create a separate artboard just to check out a different version of a design. Now, the way to get elements into your canvas is to go to your left hand menu and then simply click or drag and drop them. As you can see, there are a lot of different elements that you can actually bring into your design. You have charts, you have frames, you have grids, and you even have different type of text. You can simply drag in those text and start editing them in your canvas. If you go to more, you can see more options. Feel free to play around with them. Let's see how we can play around with a shape. I'm going to drag and drop this circle. And if you look closely, you can see those guidelines. Those are what's going to help you position your design easily. You can stretch your design, delete it simply by pressing the delete key or the button that you see on the top right side. Let's bring our circle back. To scale an element, you hold shift and drag it so it scales itself, so it doesn't get stretched. Select the element, you can see a new set of instructions on the top. If you go to color, you can easily change the color of your circle. Transparency to change the opacity. And you can simply click duplicate to create a copy of this. Now, let's bring in another shape. Let's go for a square this time. Let's drop our square, and as you can see, your square is always top on the circle. We can send this back easily by going to the position menu. You can send that circle backwards. Now the circle is on top of the square. Another option that's available to you in the position tab is align to page. You can easily align your element to top, left, middle, bottom, center, or right. Use this to align your elements rather than just dragging your elements and guessing the position. Now that you have a good understanding of the layout of Canva, let's create your own design. For this example, we're going to be making a flyer for a fine dining event. So, you can simply search the image you want on the search tab and find it there, or just download it and drag and drop it. The moment you drop it, you will have to scale your image. Remember to hold shift and scale it up and down. Position it to a way that you think is best. Remember, when you're doing a design, go through most of the options. See what are the elements that's available for you that you can use to your design. But remember, do not overclutter your design. For us, we are going to be simply using a square. Let's position our square to the center, scale it up, and then place it. I'm not a big fan of this color, so I'm going to try and change the color. For my design, I decided to go with a really dark blue. This is going to make it so that white text is very easily readable. Now, I'm going to reduce the transparency a little bit so you can see what's behind. Go to the text tab, grab yourself a heading, and place it. Let's add the event name on the top, just like that. This is where you can change the font size, font colors, and any other properties that's related to fonts. Scale your text up to a size that you think is best. Remember, you can create a hierarchy of content using text sizes and colors. For the text, I'm going to add a yellow color so that it is really easy to see and is a good contrast with the blue background. Remember duplication? You can very easily create a duplicate of the title that you brought in with the changes that you did to it. Simply hold Alt key and drag it down. This will create a copy of the text that you brought in. Now I'm simply going to add a small title. Place the title, change the color so that it doesn't overshadow the main project name. After that, I'm going to take a copy of that and then add some sample text. This is where you would add the description of your project. Now, the three most important information for any project is going to be the date, the time, and the venue. So make sure you include those information in your flyers. Let's put them to our test flyer now. Let's say this is an event that's going to be virtual. So obviously you're going to need to add some platform that you're going to be hosting it on. Let's say we are doing it on Google Meets. You can easily search Google Meets and drag and drop the logo. It's that easy. Scale the logo down and place it in a proper manner. Rather than having another square, I decided to go with a square with two rounded edges. The way I do this is simply by adding two different circles, and into the middle I add a simple square. This makes the illusion that I have a square with rounded borders. Great! Now we have all the information that needs to go on the flyer. Let's do some fine tuning. Now I feel like there should be a small element between the background and our blue square. So let's take another square, stretch it so that it's long, and rotate it and place it right behind the blue square that we made. Remember how to send something back? Use the Positions tab. And that's it. You just created your own flyer. Simple, wasn't it? When you want to download the flyer, simply head on over to the download button, as you can see. If you want to share your design with a friend to do any changes, simply click share, and then you can share it through a link, a template, or just a wave so they can add comments. And that's it. Not that hard, right? So, why don't you try it yourself? We'd love to see what you come up with. Simply share it with us. And thank you so much.